Dragon Age Dreadwolf gameplay has leaked on Reddit, following Insider Gaming's exclusive report on information about Dragon Age Dreadwolf. One user on Reddit has actually leaked gameplay footage and real images of the game's alpha build. This of course comes straight after Tom Henderson's article on the game, which was recently released to the public, and basically that gave an insight on the development and what's happening with Dragon Age Dreadwolf, and I'll go over that on the channel in another video. But let's take a look at the leaks.
Lockhart QT.
Of course, it goes without saying that I don't want to be hit with a copyright takedown or strike on my channel, so no gameplay or images will be shown here in this video. However, I will link the Reddit post as well as the articles below if you wish to take a gander for yourself. Also, this leak obviously contains spoilers, that should go without saying, so if you don't want any spoilers, click off this video now. Although the original uploads of the files have been since deleted, re-uploads of the footage have been spread and found across all social media. You can see some combat gameplay of Dragon Age Dreadwolf and images of the actual pre-alpha build just by going to YouTube, for example. After investigating it with just going through general articles really, loads of different sources have confirmed that the images and footage are authentic and originate from a restricted playtest that took place a couple of weeks ago as of recording this video on the 5th of February 2023. It's believed that the footage would have been internally recorded and reviewed by Bioware developers. The original post on Reddit states the following. The recent article by Tom Henderson prompted me to make this post instead of responding to every reply in that thread. I'll just describe what I saw overall here. I was honestly shocked when we got no gameplay reveal at the Game Awards, as I was sure we'd get something considering the timing of this video that was shared with me. Basically what's happening is that a kind playtester shared their recorded gameplay of Dragon Age Dreadwolf that was in early alpha build at that stage. The leaker saw what they recorded before and they were shuffled to another project. Alright, so that's basically all of the background information and context. Let's see what they've stated again. So basically they've stated it's about 20 minutes of gameplay involving one segment / dungeon. The entire gameplay is set within the Grey Warden Fortress HQ of Weishaupt. I'm really sorry if I've mispronunciated that. That's the location the text literally says. Now again, the gameplay is alpha, so there isn't a whole lot of detail, and there are missing textures of a lot of elements. Basically, buildings and whatnot are all modelled and textured, but the skybox itself is a very dark, and makes it seem as although the entire fortress is underground, although it's clearly not. I suspect the skybox could contain some giant world events similar to the Breach they haven't finished yet. They also stated that the player character is an Elvish Knight class. The character screen actually says they are a mid-level Grey Warden. They've got a sword and a shield. They also have two party members, another Knight dude and a female dwarf rogue. I suspect both models are placeholders and they won't actually look like this in the final game. Okay, so that's the setup and general overview. Now for the juicy leaked gameplay details. Combat is completely in real time and similar to a hack and slash game. Basically, the leaker was told that the guiding reference point was God of War 2018, and that shows if you watch the gameplay. This is awesome, as I love God of War and I love hack and slash games like the recent Hi-Fi Rush, Devil May Cry, just games like that. I love hack and slash games. Bayonetta is another one as well. So personally, I'm actually a fan of the more hack and slash approach. It would be really cool if they implement sort of RPG elements into it, a la sort of Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 7 Remake and upcoming Final Fantasy 16. If they sort of integrate that and sort of have a really good married coupled approach where it's both an RPG and a hack and slash just game in general, I think that'd be really good. Player has their regular combo attack and then their abilities, as well as a special bar which generates, allowing you to pull off a special move. The leaker didn't really understand the comparison to Final Fantasy 15's wheel. It's a standard Dragon Age ability wheel. They also stated there's no party control demonstrated. They think that it's a safe bet that you will be able to directly control your party members in the final game. That said, you will likely be able to tell them to execute certain abilities like in past Bioware RPGs really, but apparently that was locked off in the alpha demo build. The most immediate thing they noticed is the animation quality has drastically improved. like for any other AAA title, it's probably not that big a deal. But they stated that they've never seen animation quality this good in any Bioware game thus far. The leaker actually didn't play the game, but they actually said that by looking at the footage they were provided, they could tell that the animations were really fluid and responsive and just looked really good as well. They also suggested that jumping has also been retained, so if you enjoyed jumping in Dragon Age Inquisition, there you go. Basically, they also stated that the character had a sword and shield and was able to parry attacks from enemies and follow up with counters. It's hard to tell their exact abilities as they only had 2 hotkeys along with a special, but one appears to basically be a drop kick and the other a charged sword attack. Enemies were pretty much just variations of Darkspawn except the dragon, but again they seem to have red lyrium powers as well. And the UI is similar to Dragon Age Inquisition. This is also an alpha, and the UI is the last thing finalised in game development. The character has a chest slot, a helmet slot, a primary weapon slot, and a shield, which could potentially be a secondary weapon slot. For accessories, they had 1 amulet slot, 1 belt slot, and 2 ring slots. So them reusing assets from Dragon Age Inquisition makes sense because it's the latest sort of Dragon Age game, so they can build off that. And like the leaker has stated, UI is sort of a final touch, that sort of like music, UI, voice acting, that's sort of done way at the end of development, near the end. So hopefully Dragon Age Dreadwolf is sort of nearing 2023, 2024, because that would also put us in great prospect for the next Mass Effect game as well. And lastly, the leaker stated that the player character's hair looked glorious. It was essentially clipping through the helmet and it was sort of long flowing hair, so that was really cool as well. And apparently it basically stated that the hair and particle effects and things like that were all drastically improved from Dragon Age Inquisition. Anyway everyone, thank you so much for watching. This has been the first proper Bioware leak we've had in a very, very long time, I think. But it's nice to... Well, at the same time, I can understand from their perspective, it's not nice to have your work leaked. Unfortunately, it has been leaked. For content creators, it's great because we actually have something to go off instead of just having nothing. I mean, there was the article, which, again, I'll do a video on that most likely tomorrow night. But it's just nice to actually have some content to go over for Dragon Age, and hopefully we get some Mass Effect content to go over soon. But for more RPG videos in general, stay subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.